So before moving on to implementing some more API features, let's now very quickly import the rest of our development data. So data on users and on reviews. So in our dev data folder, we already imported all the tours, right? But we also have users and we also have reviews, okay? So I have created a bunch of users for us to work with throughout the rest of the course. So all of these, I think it's about 20 users, and then also a bunch of reviews, okay? And so all we need to do now is to basically update or import dev data script. And so basically duplicate these here. So tours will become users, and here tours will become reviews. Then we also need to import the other two models. So review, and here as well. All right. And now then here, also basically duplicate this. User and review. All right. And that should probably do the job. All right. So let's go to our other terminal window here, clear this. And actually the last operation that we did was this one. Okay. So we need to start by deleting everything we have. Oh, and I see now that we actually only deleted the tours. All right. And so we also want to get rid of all the current users that we have right now, because they are really all just test users. All right. And the same, of course, goes for reviews. So give this a save. And now deleting all of them. Just taking a quick look into Compass. And so you see that indeed all the users are gone. And so the same should be true for the other collections. All right. And so now let's go ahead and import all of the data. That's going to take a little bit of time. And now we get this validation error here. Okay. So please confirm your password. And so that's basically because we're creating a new user without specifying the password confirm property. Okay. So the solution to that is to actually explicitly turn off the validation in this case. Okay. And I'm not sure if we have done that before, but it's actually very easy. Okay, so all we need to do is to pass in an additional object with some options, and actually in this case just one, and the option that we want is validate before save, and set it to false. Okay, and so with this, all of the validation that we do in a model will basically just be skipped. Okay. Also, another thing that we need to do in the model is to turn off the password encryption, right? Because the users that we provide already have an encrypted password here, right? And so here in our user model, we now basically just need to comment out all of these middlewares. Okay, and so now the password encryption step is also going to be skipped. So give this a save. And now let's actually, first of all, delete the data again, just so we don't create any duplicates. And now let's try it again with import. And yeah, this time we didn't get any error. And so let's take a look at that in Compass. So we have all the users. We should have our 9 tours as well. And indeed, here they are. And also a couple of reviews. And you see 60 reviews actually I created. Okay, and let's just confirm that the passwords for the users were not encrypted. So I'm just copying this one here, or just this entire line. Oh, that doesn't work. So let's just copy the string here and then compare it with the one we have in our JSON file. So just the first one here. And yeah, indeed, you see that it looks exactly the same as this one, right? And so just as we wanted, the passwords were not encrypted this time. Okay, so let's close all of this. Make sure to remove the comments that we now put here, so that in the future, of course, new users will then get their passwords encrypted properly. So save this, and now I want to quickly take a look at the data here. So in Postman, and the first thing that I want to do is to actually log in as an administrator. All right, so let's take a look at the email address. And so you see it's actually admin@naders.io. Okay, and of course the password we cannot retrieve from here, but I know, of course, what password I specified, and so we can use that. So the password for all of the users here is always test1234. Okay, so that worked. So again, for all of the 20 users that I created, the password is always the same, always test1234. Great. Now let's quickly get all tours here as well. And so let's actually just remove this filter here. Okay, and so we get all our 9 tours. And now you see that all of them now will have guides. Okay, so this is a lead guide and a normal guide. And also all of them will have a bunch of reviews somewhere. So that should be here. But I believe we only populated the reviews when we get just one tour. So let's try that here with the C Explorer. So I copy the ID so that I can now put it in here. Let's send that. So the guides, locations, and indeed, now we get all the reviews. And of course, just like we configured before, here then the user also gets populated and the tour does not. So everything still works the same, but now we have a bunch of more real-world data that we can now start working with throughout the rest of the course.